everyone. We've got a big crew here to talk to. Joining me right now is co-author of Raising Black Sons in America, Dr. Alfred Brinkley Jr. I want you to raise your hand real quick, sir, so everybody knows, along with his brother, James, and then one of his 5 sons, Kenny, on the end. Good morning, gentlemen. How y'all doing today?
Good morning. Nice to be here.
I want to say, everybody, we received an email, a viewer news tip about this book, and we immediately read the description, and we wanted to hop on it because, to me, it's such a powerful story and one that might be able to resonate with some of our viewers out there. So I want you all to go ahead and explain. Tell us what the book is about and what inspired it.
Okay, Raising Black Sons in America is about faith, character, and a father's job. And it involved the story of a father, my brother, who raised 5 sons and coming up in poverty, and they were successful, all 5, and none of them ever went to prison or jail, and they are continuously successful. And the foundation of the family was based on faith, because 3 of his sons are ministers also, and he's also a minister. And we wrote this book because we feel that, first of all, we love our nephews, and we saw what a good life that they led, and they could be an example for other families who travel a similar path. So we wanted to get this out there so they could use this as a pattern to pattern their family after.
Absolutely. And I mean, again, a powerful story, because I want to make sure that we're also getting the context here. Mr. James, so you raised these 5 sons because on your own, as I'm understanding, because also their mother had passed away.
Correct.
Yes. So I know that that had to be a toll on you. Raising 5 black sons in America couldn't have been easy for you. Talk to me a little bit about what your day-to-day was like with that.
Well, I put God first, and I realized that, you know, that I was the one left for them, and it was up to us to go forward. And I want to really instill something in them, a good character, good work ethic, and they would live a life that they would be able to pass on to someone else.
Absolutely. And was there, in all of this, a defining moment that let you know, at least the 2 of you, co-authors of the book, know that this story had to be told?
Well, I knew that it had to be told because, see, we knew these guys all the way from babies, and we watched them all the way up, and it was personal to us because we felt that it was a story that had to be told because it's not unprecedented, but it was rare.
Yeah.
So we wanted other families to give hope to other families, you know, who also need that kind of wisdom, faith, character, and work ethics.
Yes.
And that's what that was the foundation of what he built his family on.
Yes, absolutely. And again, you said the word yourself, rare, to be able to raise 5 sons as a single father. None of them end up in the system. We know that there are some harsh statistics out there about African-American males incarcerated in America. But Kenny, I mean, they're really talking about you, your story, you know, being raised. What was it like, number one, growing up? Can't even imagine, you know, growing up losing your mother, but then to persevere and still be able to lean on your father in the picture and be surrounded by your brothers. What was that like for you?
It was tough to lose your mother I was 7 at the time. That's probably one of the toughest things I've ever experienced. But it was so sobering to have my dad and the changes that he made at that point in his life. It made home a place that you loved to be, and a place that was kind of insulated with that leadership, the camaraderie, and I always had a sense of safety because Dad was there. I mean, I don't care what was going on, I just always knew he was gonna be home at night. And when he came home, if you had gotten out of line, you were gonna have to answer.
All right.
And I knew that everything was gonna be taken. So it was a lot with my brothers, and then with them leading the way. It was great. It was great.
Yeah, of course. I could imagine as a father of 5, you probably had to be tough, you know, and make sure that they were following the rules and instilling still respect you know, and some of those core values, obviously leaning on your faith was a big part of that. What was it for you, your first thought when you found out that authors were even writing the book and telling your story?
I was excited, godly proud, even unto this day, that it's something that can be shared with someone else and they can benefit also, you know, and I'm just excited.
We know that a lot of people at home, you know, everyone's walk of life is different, but there are some people out there that lose parents. And let's you know, change the tone. It could be opposite, you know, losing a father who is a key figure in the home, and there might be a mother out there that still has to raise 3 sons, whatever the case may be. But as a parent, knowing that you have done your job, what is the feeling that you have to look at all 5 of your sons and say, I know that they have made me proud?
Well, I'm grateful that they're able to go out with their heads up and not looking for a handout, but a thumb up. And grateful to know that they got good character, they got good work ethic, and I encourage them, even to this day, never take a second seat nowhere. You know, you take first seat. You've been trained. You know what to do. You know how to do. And not only that, it's been instilled in you to put God first.
Amen. And Kenny, you are a father yourself, correct?
I am.
So how has your upbringing influenced how you parent your children today?
I wanted to make sure that I put godly values in place because I've seen how we benefited. So I make sure that there were certain things that I allow in my home and certain things I just don't, because that's the way we were raised. And just to correct one thing, my stepmom, we did have a stepmom to come along, and she was there with us for maybe 30-something years. So I just would like to show that honor to her. But she came along and helped us.
Without a doubt.
But in that transition period, my dad was offered the opportunity to where he would have, people were asking him to get different ones, and he decided to keep us together.
Beautiful, yes. Well, that is very important. Thank you for acknowledging that as well. It does, at the end of the day, take a village, to raise a child, as the good saying goes. So to know that that support was still there and that love was still there. And like you said, losing your biological mother at a young age, but then to still have someone step in and raise you as their own, I know a lot of things cannot be matched by that. What are your hopes for the future for anyone that might pick up this book and just need a lesson or helping hand?
My hope would be that they see that there's a pattern that if you involve God, not just have a religious thought about him, but if you actually involve him in the principles, then you're building a foundation that cannot be shaken in your kids and in your home if you actually act on the principles that are in place. So that would be my hope, that they would see it and know that my kids don't have to be a statistic. I can involve principles and have backing from a higher power that can help me make it through.
Yeah, gentlemen?
Well, it's, we hope that they could pick up this book and have a resource to guide them to success, or help them to guide their children to success based upon what they learned from this experience.
Yourself?
Love your children, but don't love them too much to discipline them. You make sure you discipline your children. Love them. Stay home with them. Don't send them to church. Take them.
Take them. There you go. And we have the big book launch. I mean, that is what is coming up. That is huge. So I see we've got some physical copies here, but of course, when people want to know where they can pick up their book, where can they go?
Well, they can go to Facebook, Jesse Brinkley, and we have a website, CourageousExpectationsConsulting.com, and we have a store on the website.
Perfect, a store. So I want to make sure that everyone knows you can find that information. It is right there on your screen. All you got to do is scan that QR code or go ahead and go to our As Seen on Day-to-Day page to make sure that you are in line to grab your copy. Congratulations to all of you gentlemen for being so transparent and open in your book and on the success as well. Thank you so much. All right, everybody, we've got those links once again. Go check those out.